Meet a French mathematician, philosopher, physicist, inventor, and a man who invented the first calculating machine. A man who made groundbreaking discoveries in probability theory and wrote a book that took him 8 years to complete but was finished in just 3 weeks by an artificial intelligence. A man whose work influenced the course of human history and who left us with one of the most famous quotes of all time. That's right, it's Blaise Pascal. In this episode of the series, we are going to look at the life, the work, and the legacy of the genius who spoke to eternity. So without further ado, let's begin. Part 1. The Prodigy. Blaise Pascal was born in Clermont, France, in 1623. His father, was a member of the local nobility, and his mother, Antoinette, came from a family of merchants. When Blaise was just 3 years old, his father left the family and married another woman, which plunged the family into poverty. When he was 5, his mother moved to Paris in search of better opportunities. At the age of 9, Pascal started attending a Jesuit school. From the very beginning, it was clear that he was an exceptional student, excelling in all areas of study. One day, while he was taking a rope cart ride, he noticed that it was swinging, and he realized that it wasn't just swinging randomly, but following a certain pattern. He then asked himself whether there was a way to calculate these patterns, and so he did. He calculated them. This was his first foray into mathematics, and it would not be his last. After graduating from the Jesuit college, Pascal went on to study law at the prestigious Sorbonne. But even though his parents wanted him to become a lawyer, Pascal's heart was set on mathematics and philosophy. After completing his law studies, Pascal returned to Paris, where he began working as a secretary for a government minister. During this time, he also worked on his first major project, a treatise on conic sections, which he completed when he was just 18. The work was published anonymously, and it immediately won him acclaim in academic circles. The year 1642 was a pivotal one for Pascal. It was the year he made his first major discovery in mathematics. At the age of 19, he discovered the addition theorem for the sine of a sum of two angles. This discovery earned him admission to the prestigious French Academy of Sciences. In 1647, at the age of 24, he became the youngest member of the Academy. But Pascal's brilliance was not limited to mathematics alone. He was also a gifted writer and philosopher. In 1646, he published a collection of his philosophical essays, which established him as one of the leading thinkers of his time. In these essays, Pascal explored a wide range of topics, including the nature of knowledge, the limits of human understanding, and the role of faith in a scientific age. He argued that reason alone was not enough to understand the world around us, and that we must also have faith. But Pascal's most famous work was his Orthos, which he began writing in 1657. This was a collection of his thoughts on a wide range of topics, including religion, morality, and the human condition. But the work remained unfinished at the time of his death. Part 2. The Calculating Machine. By the mid-1640s, Pascal had become increasingly interested in the problem of calculation. At that time, most calculations were done by hand, which was not only slow and tedious, but also Pascal had often found himself needing to perform complex calculations for his work in mathematics and physics, and he knew that there had to be a better way. In 1645, Pascal met a man named Giovanni Battista della Porta, an Italian mathematician who had invented a calculating machine. The machine was able to perform basic arithmetic operations such as addition and subtraction, but it was not very accurate and it was quite expensive. Pascal was intrigued by the machine, and he began to work on his own design for a calculating machine. After several years of hard work, Pascal finally completed his invention in 1649. He called it the Pascaline. The Pascaline was a mechanical device that used a series of gears and wheels to perform calculations. It could add and subtract up to 8 digits, and it was much more accurate than other machines of its time. Pascal's invention was a sensation, and he was soon commissioned to build several machines for use in government offices. Despite the success of the Pascal line, Pascal never patented his invention. He believed that his machine should be available to everyone, and he shared the plans for it with the public. This allowed other inventors to build on his design, and over the years, the calculating machine became more and more sophisticated. Part 3. The Mystery of the Missing Years. For the next 6 years, Pascal devoted himself to his religious and scientific pursuits, but in 1652, he experienced a profound change of heart. He abandoned his work and retreated to a small room where he spent the next 14 years in solitude. During this time, Pascal wrote several important works, including his treatise on the circle and his essay on the nature of light. But no one knew what he was doing during those 14 years. It was as if he had disappeared from the face of the earth. And so this period of Pascal's life has come to be known as the mystery of the missing years. There are many theories about what Pascal was up to during those years, but no one knows for sure. Some say he was suffering from a mental breakdown. Others say he was working on a secret project. Still, others say he was simply tired of the world and wanted to live as a hermit. Whatever the reason, Pascal emerged from his 14 years of solitude in 1666, a changed man. He was more somber and serious than before, and he spent the rest of his life working on religious and philosophical pursuits. Part 4. Legacy. Blaise Pascal died on August 19, 1662. At the age of 39, he had been suffering from a mysterious illness for some time, and it eventually caused his death. But despite his short life, Pascal left an indelible mark on the world. He is best remembered for his contributions to mathematics, physics, and philosophy. His work laid the foundation for many important scientific discoveries, and his ideas continue to influence scholars today. But Pascal's legacy extends beyond the realm of science. His writings on religion and morality are still read and pondered by theologians and philosophers alike. One of Pascal's most famous quotes, "The heart has its reasons, of which reason knows nothing," perfectly encapsulates his belief in the power of faith. In a world that often values reason above all else, Pascal reminds us that there are some things that cannot be understood through logic alone. We must also use our hearts to navigate life. Another one of Pascal's most famous quotes, "All human wisdom is concentrated in 2 words, I don't know," is a reminder of the limits of human knowledge. No matter how smart we are, there are some things that we simply do not and cannot know. And it is in our ignorance that we find wisdom. It's me. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe. Also, check out the description for more information on the amazing people featured in this series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.